In today's video, we're going to be solving linear systems inequalities graphically. So as opposed to doing two lines and seeing where they intersect, now we're going to graph two inequalities and see the solution set, which is going to be a general area instead of exactly one point. So remember when we graphed inequalities before, we still graphed them like we did with a regular line in y equals mx plus b form. But remember, we had to make a dash or a solid line, and we had to shade above or below based on where the inequality is pointing. So remember that thing I told you guys, when the inequality points away from y, you shade above. If it points to y, you shade below. So let's take a look at this system of inequalities. And the first one, they're both in mx plus b form, so I don't have to adjust them, which is awesome. The top one here, the y-intercept's at -5, and it goes up 5 to the right 4. So you start down here, -5, up 5 to the right 4. Okay, now it's not equals. So I have to change the line to a dashed line because it's not equals. The points on that line are not part of the solution set. And since this is pointing to y and not away from y, you shade below. So there's the solution set of that just one inequality. The next one, you start at 2 on the y-intercept, and you go down 1 to the right 2. And again, it's not equals, so we have to change it to a dashed and shade below, right? Because it's pointing to y, not away from y. Where they overlap is your solution set. So you can pick any point in this area here, and that should, when you plug that in, that's going to be the correct answer. So I'm going to pick the point 4, -3. 4, -3. That's the coordinate in my overlap solution set. Okay, good. Let's look at another one. Okay. Right here. So we start at -5 on the y-intercept and go up 3 to the right 2. Up 3 to the right 2. Since it's an equal sign, it's going to be a solid line. I'm not going to change the line. I'm just going to keep it solid. It's pointing away from y. This is pointing away from y, so I have to shade above. So this is shaded above. Now with this one, I start at +5, and the slope is -1. Remember, whenever you have a number out in front, it's always over 1. So it's negative down 1 to the right 1, right there. And again, equal sign, solid line. And this one I am shading below. So it's not shading above, shades below. Where they overlap is right in this area right here. I'm going to pick the point. I'm going to pick the origin. The origin is right in the solution set. 0, 0. All right. Let's take a look at another one. All right here. Start at -1. Go down 3 to the right 1. Down 3 to the right 1. And that one is a solid line because it's equals, and it's pointing to y, so I shade below. Now this one is -5. Go +1 here, so I'm going to go up 1 over 1. and it's not equals to, so I have to change it to a dashed line, and it's pointing away from y, so I shade above. Where they overlap is your solution set. I'm going to pick the point -4, 0. Is my solution. I'm pretty sure all these skills have the equations, the inequalities, in slope-intercept form. So let me just double check and see if there's any others that are not in slope-intercept form. I think they all are. Yep, it looks like they are all in slope-intercept form. So remember, when you're doing these problems, if you have an equal sign, it is a solid line. If you don't have that little equal sign, it's going to be a dashed line. If it points away from y, you shade above. If it points to y, you shade below. And then picking a point in the solution set is where where the shades overlap. So that's it for today's video. Good luck with these problems. You really don't need to show any work on separate paper for these. And let me know if you have any questions.